All right, it's just pretty much picking up where we left off. I don't think yesterday, the day before,
Harmless fun at the expense. That chap comes up.
or that was maybe Saturday.
Nice.
But not much has changed. I know I've mentioned the other day that it's probably just going to be mostly games on stream for the next probably week and a bit. Just because I do obviously still want to go live. Ooh, that's not very tempting. Because I do want to get work on this project done. And streaming it would probably be okay. But I kind of am really zoning in on it. So I'd rather just maybe give myself a break for a couple hours. Do a bit of games. And then get back to it. Besides that, I have been going around. I've just basically been asking, like, what, is very apparent with the channel. I don't think it's a secret at all that I'm, pretty frustrated sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean semi-frequently. Probably this.
Armed and ready.
Just the progress that the channel's made.
Hello. You know, I was just thinking.
So I went around.
So I can just.
I'm still thinking about possibly asking maybe some more people.
Good choice.
Did I give him? No, I didn't.
Stop by again sometime.
Because I think it's
Be reasonable now.
probably not unexpected that I've gotten mixed responses. About what could possibly be the problem. And I'm not talking specifically like no overlay. Chill. Here. Chill or shop. Sorry, I'm pausing because I know I'm on a time limit. Probably chill. Probably not though, but whatever, we'll take it. More directed probably at myself. Just how I present and just sort of my content. And I know there's a couple things, obviously, I've talked about this a few times. Also fairly recently as well. Cast. I'll probably take Dash.
Oh, that's cold.
Because I have been told, like, the commentary is not,
No, you don't.
I would say, too out of the ordinary. Which is a plus. Plus, I've obviously watched other creators. And You know, I do try to emulate them to the best of my ability. But I have been told that the gamer talk obviously is not ideal, and again, that's something I have spoken about before. I know it's not optimum commentary, just talking about,
Set.
you know, what's happening on the screen.
Sweet nectar.
And I would like to not have to rely on gamer streamer talk.
So quiet. That's better.
We're taking this.
I'm grateful, Zacharias.
I also did receive a piece of advice which was kind of bad news wrapped in good news. And that was to take improv class. And I don't know how often it's come up. I know I talk about art school a lot. But before I went to art school, I actually did go to acting school. So I've done plenty of improv, which is good because I probably don't have to take classes. You know, I know the spiel. And I like to think I'm fairly quick-witted. Yeah, this. Also, this is good. Probably this.
Might as well.
So that's the good news. I have that knowledge
Look at all that
already.
glory.
I've got the experience. The bad news is rewards are hidden. One more cast. Probably this. It's clearly it does not come through.
Here's the fee.
That'd be good. Cast. Probably that. Probably that.
Here we are.
You know, I've noticed it. I have noticed
He's difficult.
when kind of comparing, obviously, you know, who I like to myself. You know, I do notice that. Obviously, I'm not as animated, and I don't know if that's just because I can't, or if like, well, I know I can, but I don't know. I think maybe like getting worried about like becoming too unhinged, because you can be too much. And obviously I don't want to be too much. You got to be just enough. Got to be just enough.
I did it. My weapon shuddered at the touch of it.
And just kind of going through like other pieces of advice. I definitely have more of a understanding as like why maybe like episode 1s of like let's plays or like streams, like the first parts are always the most popular. And I always figured because it was like obviously the start, it's the starting point. And if it's like good enough, you know, maybe it'll retain more people, part 2, part 3. But I think that's mostly, like, maybe partly it. But I think it's majority, like, if you're prepping for something new, that's usually when you're gonna have the most to say. And you can keep, you know, the pace of, you know, the stream or conversation going. So with longer stuff like Hades or even like RPG, you know, that's gonna fall off. You can't, you know, some people are more interesting, but you know, it's gonna be tough to talk consistently with something new every day or every other day or however often. What do you mean there's someone left? Oh, the key. And I think that's maybe why a lot of like the creators I watch, like specifically probably like Northern Lion, he does a lot of streamer talk because he is someone who is live every day except Saturday, Sunday.
Who is going to clean all this up?
There we are.
But obviously he dials it up, and also obviously he has more activity to sort of continue the banter.
Wait, she's not singing.
Come on. What happens now?
Even if you can.
Well, what?
Now let's upgrade it. Maybe we can get attack up. That was exactly what I wanted.
See you.
Yeah, I've kind of, you know, with Hades, I've already kind of talked about my experience with it. You know, what I'm looking to do now and before Hades 2. What? Okay. Yeah, why'd I take the special? I'm not using it on this one.
Not yet.
Yeah, so like kind of, you know, continuing to go for, well, I think
That's something.
there's like 10 segments, which is not a crazy, like, huge amount. Oh, this one's good, but this might just be better.
Show me, Charon.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. No.
Now what?
Shop or Zeus? I'll take Zeus.
The Mega Gorgon.
Yeah, like already, like, there's already just a couple generic just say what's happening runs.
Not now.
And usually after the weekend, I might have something to sort of talk about. Great hits.
I'm empty. The board I got from Chaos. All right, Lord Zeus. Going in.
I've lost my train of thought.
In the name of Hades.
I'll take darkness because I kind of think I need to start ramping up the other skills, at least some of them. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking to try and dial it up. I mean, like, improv by yourself is like, I would say pretty, not like difficult, but like having it be good. But I don't know, maybe like more reactive. I should probably also use my soundboard that I've set up and use maybe once every 3 months. A bit more. I do want the help.
Next island.
Okay, it's our freebie, which means, I think, boss? Yeah. So, again, I mentioned this a little while. I'm going to try and ramp it up. And I don't know, maybe I'm just, like, too self-conscious. Where...
Rearming.
I don't know, maybe I'm keeping it too professional. Or too straight edge, or whatever. However you want to express. Or how I express it to myself.
Not yet.
But I've also watched, like, I think because I watch a lot of Let's Players. And I know what I don't like. And it's like, I really don't want to be the guy who says, like, oh, look at this. Look at that. And I'm like, yeah, man, I saw it. I mean, it was a little funny. And probably that's a little more difficult in like Hades because it's, you know, we've done, you know, a lot of runs. So there's nothing new and nothing shocking that, you know, I'm gonna really react to. I think that's obviously where like Fortnite and Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever competitive game I'm gonna be playing. Obviously Street Fighter 4, 6.
Enjoy your magma bath.
In a few months, I say a few months, it's gonna be like, it's like half a year. I was thinking about selling the special, but I think it's probably better to just have it. I think that's where I could, you know, up the ante a little bit. I really don't want Poseidon, but I'm gonna take it. I probably should have gone for the pomegranate and try and up our attack.
Can't do that. I'm out. Haven't you learned your lesson yet?
Yeah, in terms of like interesting things or like funny stories or just random banter. I mean, I'm no stranger to repeating myself, and I think there's definitely a lot I can talk about. I mean, like, I could talk about my time in acting school, which is like one of like the few things I've actually done that is maybe interesting.
Poison you
Ooh, I'm gonna take the hammer. You know, trying to segue into it without it being like random and forced and like kind of out of place.
That was rearming.
And dead air, I think it's fine to have a bit of dead air. Everyone has dead air.
The curse of chaos has expired.
And obviously feeling it with the gamer talk is not. You know, we're trying to avoid that now. Tax bounce. Probably that.
That's it.
I'll take the gems.
soap him riches now.
Rearmed.
Brother.
You waste my time.
I'll just take that.
I mean, I have other concerns, but I think it's kind of...
I can't.
It's not something to worry about.
Lord Dionysus, hear me on my authority.
That. Maybe Poseidon might have been good.
Why not?
Well, short.
You know, you
But, you know, at least I'm a little more hopeful and, you know, have a little more direction for the year. Slash indefinitely forward. So yeah, hopefully I can, you know, start doing better. Can you please? Thank you.
Enough, short one.
well fought, Asterius. Hello there, Dionysus. How about another?
I was hoping for more hangover stuff, but I think that's maybe based on the pomegranate.
Really?
So yeah, we'll get this run done. I mean, I feel like it's going by pretty fast. But I did take a page out of, you know, professional Hades players. I can't.
I can't.
Yeah, I kind of have an idea of what we could do with our weapons now, and I'm probably gonna start using the what the heck are they called? The accessories. You know, to make it more likely that we'll encounter specific characters. Because I think that's gonna help, obviously, when the game gets more and more difficult.
Yes!
Sorry, Dionysus.
Yeah, I'm gonna like stop taking the extra dashes. I never remember that I have them.
I'm empty. We aren't.
So even if it is like really good, I'm just not gonna take it.
Alright, alright.
I'll just take that.
Mates. Not yet.
So like, yeah, I don't know. I know I just talked about avoiding dead air, but that's that's kind of all I had left to talk about. You know, aside from me like doing work off stream, air quotes work. That's kind of the plan for the next little while. Which is slightly to maybe shorter to half length streams for the next, again, I think I said week and a bit. Because I am kind of in the zone with it. Definitely not special. Which is nice because I haven't... I mean, it's not anything complicated, so that probably has something to do with it. But I am looking to, you know, push the piece in a different direction. Well, not different direction, but like, you know, work on some other things that,
Why do I pay these wretches?
you know, don't necessarily mean like you know, better construction, better posing, which is something I'm still looking to improve, but
I'll take this one.
excuse me. I did not want to belch right in the microphone. Push my line art, and obviously work on rendering a little bit more.
Not yet.
And it's gonna take a while. I am putting a lot into this. I'm glad that hit me. Twice, actually. Yeah, I can see why I probably never took that before.
You're next, Katie.
Lady Artemis, make my strength be true.
So we'll wrap this up. Well, I guess we're not at these yet. We're going to be wrapping this up. And we'll do some... I am really feeling Fortnite. So I might do a weirder spread. Like maybe like 30 minutes to an hour per game. Obviously Hades runs are about 40-ish minutes.
That'll do.
So it'll probably just be this one for today. We'll do a bit of Fortnite and then we'll do some Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to put this on.
Okay.
Nope.
To the surface. There.
Couldn't sell the special. Oh, I guess I also have thought about, obviously I'm talking mostly to myself right now, and I do know I don't / usually never, try and get chat involved. So that's something I've been thinking about. I'm not 100% on how it would work, since that's not typically something I just missed some money. I don't have available to me, on a whim. Which I did mention when I asked for advice, and it was like, oh, you should just, bounce off, interactions. And it's like, well, what if that just doesn't happen? What if there's none?
Satus.
And obviously the response of, well, you should just always be on. Like, Which I think is a fair answer. Like, you obviously you can't just be here silently. But then you can't, I feel it's like, it's really tough, like, to be on all the time and not, like, resort to gamer streamer talk. Which is why I really am putting a lot of hope in the YouTube. And I know that's a big if and a tall order, considering the position that we're currently in.
Nice. Can't do that. I can't.
But obviously, you know, when you're off, you know what happens. I think it's fair that, you know, everyone's gonna have an off day. Well, I would say, like, in my current circumstance, which is in the category of new / struggling channels.
Hey, a Satyr sack already. Oh, good. It's still fresh. Maybe I should check the other passageways before I leave.
We could wrap up, but I honestly, I'm feeling pretty good with this run. I did max out the gun last time, which I'm not gonna upload that one to YouTube, since I was muted for like a quarter of the whole run.
Can't do that. I can't.
I think it was just like a fist run, so it wasn't anything crazy, and the run was kind of meh. I think we just barely, like, we're strong enough to win.
What sort of terrible snowstorm is that?
Nice dodge.
The satyrs must be fashioning those things. Time to deliver the goods.
I was gonna say something now, and I've lost my train of thought.
Let's see what's in here.
It was something to do with YouTube. I think I was just gonna say, like, you know, whenever, you know, obviously there's an off day on stream. You know, whenever there's an on day and it's on YouTube, you know, that's basically where, you know, you want people to maybe see.
Let's see what's in here.
And by maybe, I mean, you know, that's what you want people to notice. And I'm still posting everything on Reddit as well.
Not yet.
Yeah, I mean, I am confident in my abilities. And again, I've been told like that at least I'm not entertaining. And I even like go back and like rewatch stuff. I'm like, well, like, you know, it's like I'm not too far out of the ballpark. But I think that's where like the frustration is sort of stemming from, where it's like, well, it's not too bad, but like, unfortunately, it looks
The gods have
bad.
spoken. In the name of Hades.
Huge catch. Well, that's a little late.
5-second rule. That was 5 seconds, right? Sata tunnels.
How much time? 5 minutes? For health? We don't really need health.
Should come in useful.
That'll work. I don't think we could have gotten... I think I needed 300 more gold to buy the Titan Blood,
Now, boy.
which would have been nice. We'll make do.
It's kind of nice out here.
I should be getting back. Not now.
Yeah, we'll be done here pretty soon. I mean, I don't really... Something I've thought about, but like it's kind of part of the problem is... I mean, I don't use Twitter. I mean, I use it all the time, but like, I don't use it like I used to. And I probably should get back into being on there more. Something I heard from Ludwig a long time ago is, it wasn't himself, but he was talking about some other content creator who would just like, who would just be there. Like every time someone would tweet, like someone like big streamer or whoever, like he was on Twitter to just like say something, you know, and obviously just be visible through just sheer presence.
We're not finished.
Come on and die.
But I think the person who that was also just like, you know, fairly known. And from my experience, it's, if you're not someone, you're no one. It's like the go-to, like, I would say the reason is you're after something, and you know that's obviously the case.
This is for you.
All shall soon decay.
And it doesn't have to be like you're after something like in a malicious way. But I think that's maybe why I kind of stopped, because, you know, obviously one, being on Twitter all the time is it's definitely not good for you. And two, I don't think it ever
See
like that method never,
at home.
you know, brought anything.
In the name of Hades.
I don't even think like you're looking for like acknowledgement. I think you're just looking to just have people see that you're there.